Good morning, friends, and welcome to the day after Mother's Day and our immersion into forgiveness and forgiving. And we're in a long-term immersion in this whole truth of God's forgiveness and our forgiving and the cycle that is. And we talked about the boomerang effect last week, and I'll continue on that a little bit, but I wanted to take the time this morning to investigate, I think, this very important thing with moms and motherhood and kids and kidhood. And that is that what ends up happening is I think that over time, the relationships that are closest to us, we typically will have the greatest bond, but we also will have sometimes the greatest entrenched judgments and unforgiveness that still exists there. And I'm speaking today in terms of kids to their moms and moms toward their kids. Now, because of the closeness of this, and because we as kids that have moms, they carried us for 9 months before we even took our first breath, that there's a special kind of love that's there. But there's also, out of that potentiality of love, that there's also the potential for hurt and for mistrust and for damage and all those different things. And today, what I want to talk about just briefly is this idea of parents. Actually, we as parents need to forgive our kids instead of just sort of pigeonhole them and put them, in terms of put them in their place and say, well, they're always or they're never. That we need to forgive and to release our children to be able to be the people that God and to develop into the people that God wants them to be, that are unique in their wiring, they're unique in their experiences, they're unique in their perspectives, and we need to be able to free them. And so if you are a mom or a dad, a parent, and you have spoken things over your children or kind of been judgmental towards your children, now's the time to start a different economy and to forgive them the things that they have done that have hurt you. And I don't know about you, but in parenting, kids have done things that have hurt me. Kids have said things. I remember when the first time that one of my kids said, "I hate you," and I said, "You can't have that candy. I hate you." It's like, ow, dang, that hurts. But what ends up happening is in parenthood, we think that we're sort of exempt from the forgiveness process, and we don't forgive our kids and release them very quickly. What we end up doing is holding on to the stuff, and it just becomes part of the framework that we see them through. And it actually is resentment based and unforgiveness based. And we let those things stick around, even though they should never have any wind in them. We should suck all the air out of that. Those should never have a place in our families. But as you probably have noticed, it's everywhere. It's in every family. It's in every parent's relationship toward their children and children toward their parents. It is such a big deal. And we actually, as parents, have got to go dismantle that, especially because we are in that place of responsible adulthood, that we need to be adults in this, that even our kids, especially if you have teenagers, this could be absolutely crazy. Forgive your kids and be consistent in forgiving your children. Don't forget about this. Now, tomorrow I want to talk about children forgiving your parents, no matter what age that you are. But today, I just want to focus in on that reality that we as parents need to stop judging our kids, stop condemning our kids, forgive our kids, and give to our kids. That's that boomerang effect again. And that's our word for today. Let's forgive our children. Let's forgive our children fully and completely. Let's remove the judgments that perhaps have been placed on them by us. Let's ask the Lord, and the Lord will show us what we need to do that needs to create a free road ahead of our children to be able to be the people that God has called them to be. Thanks so much for joining me. I love you. God bless you.